So I've been watching the news recently, and as a microbiologist, I kind of wanted to voice some of my opinions on some particular news I've seen that is about this idea of immunity passports that some countries are planning to give out. And it's kind of bugged me a little. So the idea is people who have had COVID and gotten better will be given these like IDs or passports that would say we've had corona, we've gotten over it, we're now immune, we're no longer at risk of spreading it. But the main kind of issue with that is we don't know yet if you can recatch COVID-19. There's also the fact that just because you've had a virus doesn't necessarily mean that you're not a carrier. And then on top of that is the fact that when you're out and about, like in the shop and stuff, and you're touching surfaces, you're still potentially transferring, the virus from surface to surface. Like your immunity isn't going to stop the virus for the few minutes that's on your hand transferring from one surface to another surface. There's another factor I think that I haven't really kind of seen mentioned in the kind of news is if there's a system in place where people have like IDs, there's going to be counterfeits of those IDs. So people who are currently angry at being in lockdown, there's quite a lot of protests happening in a lot of countries, they're going to get their hands on these cards and they're going to claim that they had the COVID-19 virus even though they never had it. So there's still going to be people out there potentially spreading the virus. Another thing that I've seen as well is a lot of countries are watching what other countries are doing regards to when they kind of ease on the restrictions. The idea being if that country is fine when they release restrictions, we should be fine too, which is another big mistake because every single country handled this situation differently and it's not really comparable. Obviously there's a load of variables, like you have different population sizes, different population densities, different ways of how they've tackled it in terms of how many people have been tested. You have some countries where they've only tested people who have got seriously sick, so their numbers in terms of positive cases is dramatically lower than what probably actually is. So no country really is comparable to another. You kind of have to kind of make your own decisions. That was just some of my ideas and thoughts from like watching some of the stuff that's been in the news recently. There's not really kind of much else I have to say on it. Just, stay home, stay safe, and goodbye.